Welcome to the World of Warships with Captain Yamo. I am your host, Captain Yamo. And this will be a Tier 5 run in the American destroyer, the Nicholas. Go ahead and fast forward right into the battle where I'm heading into the cove at sea. And I warn the Cleveland that's with me that I'm not pushing sea hard. We'll see how that develops. So I spot the Furutaka, I fire off 2 spreads of torpedoes along his possible path of travel. I blow my smoke, turn around, and then I'm going to fire another torpedo towards the mouth of the center island cut between the 2 islands here at sea. The American destroyers are known for their guns because they're quick turning, quick firing, and do pretty good damage. But in this case, mostly what you're going to see is what the torpedoes can do when you use them properly. So coming through the island cut right there, we have that Clemson being piloted by Wall Candy right there. So he fires off a spread of torpedoes. I know it's coming, so I slow down. And then I get ready to launch some torpedoes his way. Now, when I don't know where my target is, I like to hold my fire when I can. Because see, look, I was about to fire ahead of him, to my east. So I fired one on him, and then one where I think he might be going. And it's a pretty good bet because if he's going to try and turn south and head out of sea, then that first spread might hit him. He fires his return, and I got to do a little bit of slowing down and maneuvering to avoid getting nailed. Meanwhile, that Cleveland, which they're absolute destroyer killers, is on his way in. And look at that, we got and we got us a Clemson. Okay, now Beer Golf is coming in here with no eyes. He doesn't know what's going on, and so I really think this is a bad move on his part. But he's Beer Golf. Maybe he was drinking some. Even at this range, if he would have just turned a little bit or changed his ankle, I wouldn't have this opportunity to hit a trifecta on him. He went from 35,000 hit points before I saw him to 4,675 points. You have to turn. You have to change your speeds. Don't go into smoke banks when you don't know where the destroyers are. It's a bad move. Speaking of bad moves, the torpedoes I just fired, those I know they're not going to hit him, but it was just in case he slowed down, stopped, or did something else stupid. I wanted to keep pushing him away or kill him. Okay? And you'll notice there that the New Mexicos are out there by the end of the cove. And so we have to be aware of them. So our Cleveland puts a good shot into him, and then since I'm about to go out of view, well, here you go. And just like I keep saying, you got to turn, you got to change your speed. Well, you probably shouldn't run into islands either. So I beached my ship. Even better, I go through the most inelegant maneuver you possibly can make in World of Warships, and that is this one right here. Backing up. So Mindbreak is asking me where are their battleships. So he's asking the entire team where the battleships are. So I start pinging the map for him over here at sea. There's at least 2 of them over here. There's Ghost Leader again. So I decided I'm going to go ahead and go for another little look-see into sea, because you never know. There could be a destroyer, I mean a battleship or something kind of hovered over here to my starboard. And look what we find. We find the Cleveland and the Congo. It's kind of hard to see here. The Cleveland is about 7 kilometers away and was just about to spot me anyway, so I decided to fire off on him, and the Cleveland isn't a problem any longer. And so now you can tell that Ghost Leader's decided that he wants to go ahead and commit to this cove. You know, you can see him turning in. And then I get spotted again by this patrol craft, the scout aircraft, and so I decide that I want to get out of the cove. You know, it's a little narrow. It's narrow for him too, but you know, if he hugs that side, I have to go pretty far to get close enough to launch torpedoes on him, and he's going to see me while I'm doing it. So I start taking a look at the map, seeing what else is going on around me. So there's the 2 New Mexicos, there's a Kawachi, and there is a, I believe the Congo. The Kawachi, the 2 New Mexicos, and the Congo. And there's the Kawachi, Duckfields. So I start measuring. This is what I'm thinking while I'm playing the game. I'm looking at the New Mexico and I'm looking at the Kawachi. I know the Kawachi is only 7 kilometers away. It's a slower ship. It's less able to defend itself than the New Mexico. And it's right next to this island I'm hiding behind. And so I figure the New Mexico can wait for me to come back and visit her in a little bit. And so I start a run in on this Kawachi. Actually, I think I'm wrong about the spotting range. I think the spotting range on this is actually closer to 6.5 or 7 kilometers. I was thinking earlier that it was 7.5. And there's the Kawachi. She's detected me now. As you can see, I'm a lot happier. So it's been almost 5 seconds and she hasn't fired a single shot on me yet. But there goes my steering right after I got my first torpedoes off. And at under 3 kilometers, it's very, very hard for a slow battleship like the Kawachi to dodge this kind of stuff. And then I go a little nuts. Thought we'd have a little Tim Burton fun there. A little Batman. And of course, here we are in the Nicholas, so we might as well have a little Jack Nicholson on the screen. And look at this. The New Mexico is only 6 kilometers away from me now. And I get to use this island to hide behind again. Terrorizes. I see you. Wait till they get a load of me. In case you're wondering how I can spot him, he's being spotted by my sister ship over there, the Cleveland. My teammate. Can he get his 3rd 3-pointer of the match? He shoots, he scores! He shoots. Another trifecta! Uh-oh. Maybe we need one more? Or maybe a layup. A layup it is. And once we're done sinking those guys, all that's left is that Tier 5 Japanese battleship Congo. And so here again, I'm not firing. I've got the range. I could easily hit him from here, but then he'll spot me. Why not get a lot closer to him before I start firing? Then I notice his anti-aircraft gun's going off, so I have to decide to see what he's shooting at. Look at that. Torpedo bomber and a dive bomber. So as soon as I saw that, I thought I better start shooting if I want anything. Oh no, yes. This ship has guns too. $2,526 base XP, 220,000 credits. And yes, that was base XP, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to thank you for joining us and learning patience with Captain Yamo. 107,000 points of damage with the torpedoes. It all comes down to timing and execution, and it all went out. It all went well for me. I barely even got hit. I barely got damaged. I was more damaged than it shows, but you know, I only had to pay 12,000 in repair costs, 2,000 in ammunition. Awesome. Thank you for joining us.